Muchas canciones se han cantado sobre la Guerra del Anillo y se han contado muchas leyendas. Los nombres de sus héroes, como Gandalf el Gris, Aragorn el Rey y Frodo, el portador del anillo, son muy venerados. Y con razón. Pero la mano de Sauron ha llegado mucho más lejos que las tierras de Gondor y Rohan. Y sus fuerzas habrían causado graves daños en el norte de la Tierra Media, a no ser por un puñado de héroes que le cortaron el paso. Su historia también merece ser contada. Escucha ahora una de estas historias que empieza aquí, en la tranquila ciudad de Bree, el día antes de que Frodo llegara para emprender su misión.
Aragorn. Eradan, bien hallado. Y vienes en compañía de Andri el de Rivendell y Farin de Erebor. Un insólito trío ha entrado por las puertas del Pony Pisador. Según las últimas noticias, estabas en Sanford. ¿Traes noticias de Halbarad?
Sí, malas noticias.
Me lo temía. Deprisa, contadme lo sucedido, pero no levantéis la voz. Hay oídos poco amistosos, incluso aquí en Bree.
Hace 3 días, 9 jinetes negros atacaron a los guardas de Sauron.
¡Resistir, montaroces!
Nos derrotaron y el enemigo siguió hacia la comarca.
Es peor de lo que imaginaba. Conozco a los jinetes. Vienen de Mordor. Nuestra gente no puede luchar contra los 9 juntos. ¿Tenemos muchas bajas?
Muy mal. Intentamos resistir, pero nos envolvió un aura de terror antinatural.
Debería saber algo. Uno de los jinetes negros se reunió con un aliado. Un hombre de gran maldad y poder.
Como ordenó nuestro Señor, he reunido a los orcos de las montañas y tengo un ejército esperando en las ruinas del viejo Fornos.
Regresad enseguida y preparad vuestras fuerzas. Las necesitaremos pronto.
Mis orcos están dispuestos. Estas tierras llevan demasiado tiempo en paz. Pronto sentirán la ira del Señor Oscuro.
Si Agandau tiene un ejército en Fornos, nuestra situación es cada vez más desesperada.
Pero ¿por qué tanta fuerza contra los pacíficos medianos? Es imposible que el enemigo les considere una amenaza.
Solo diré esto. Un hobbit de la comarca llegará por este camino, con una gran carga. Si cae en manos del enemigo, será la perdición para todos nosotros. Sí, por extraño que parezca. Ahora ese hobbit vaga por los caminos rodeado de enemigos. Tengo que encontrarle antes que ellos y tienes que ayudarme a mantenerle sano y salvo.
Tú eres mi capitán, y con gusto haré cuanto me ordenes.
Sí, ahora yo también formo parte de esto.
Los 3 pensamos igual. ¿En qué podemos ayudarte?
Tenemos que reducir la amenaza que representa el enemigo reunido en Sanford. Viaja allí y haz lo que puedas para llamar la atención del ojo del enemigo para que se aparte de la comarca.
Quizás tengamos ayuda para esta misión. El Adán y el Rohirrim están en el norte, según me han dicho. Seguro que cualquier movimiento del enemigo atraerá su atención.
Bien, no podrías encontrar mejores aliados que los hijos de Elrond.
Espero encontrarte. Pero con o sin ayuda mantendremos ocupado al enemigo. Nos aseguraremos de eso.
I'd like to ask you a few questions, Aragorn.
Shh. Here in Bree, there is no Aragorn. Only Strider the Ranger.
What about this man who met with the Black Riders? This Agendaur? What do you make of him?
some servant of the Dark Lord, and by his name one to be feared. His presence in the north bodes ill for us all, but I'm glad you discovered it. At least now we are forewarned.
Those things that attacked us at Sarn Ford, those Black Riders, I've never seen anything like them before. What are they?
Do you not know them? There are whispered tales and legends enough that tell of them. They are the Nine, the Ring race. Of all the servants of the enemy, they are the most feared.
This Agendour, he was no wraith. He seemed like a man. One filled with dark power, maybe, but a man all the same. But what kind of man would serve the Dark Lord?
Not all the Dark Lord's servants are wraiths and orcs. There have been and still are many men, warriors and kings that walk alive under the sun, and yet are under his sway.
Tell me about this place, Fornost.
Fornost was once a great city, the capital of the Dunedain kingdom of Arnor. It fell to the Witch King long ago. The men of Gondor and the elves formed an alliance that drove the Witch King out, but Fornost was never rebuilt. The ruins remain a place of dread for many. The men of Bree call it Dead Man's Dyke and fear to go near. It is a perfect place for our enemies to gather in secret.
Well, it's a secret no more. We'll go to Fornost and take the fight to them.
What have we here? A stranger in town. A stranger's just what I'm looking for. Interested in a little harmless pastime? It's time to make some money.
Pastime? What sort of pastime?
Why, nothing more than a simple game of riddles is all. I love a good game of riddles. But everyone in town has already heard all I know. I reckon I could stump you, though.
You said something about money.
It's simple. You stake some money and I ask you a riddle. If you give the right answer quick enough, I'll double your money. If you're wrong, the coins go to me. What do you say?
All right. Ask your riddle.
First, you have to put up your money. How much do you care to wager? Remember, you stand to double it if your wits are quick enough. Done. Now remember, you'll have to answer quick. I won't give you long with real money at stake. Are you ready?
Yes, let me hear your riddle.
What belongs to you that others use more than you do? Oh, right you are. You're a smart one. Give me a chance to win it back, eh? What do you say to double or nothing on another try?
Double or nothing it is. Let's hear it.
I'm found deep in the earth. When beaten and burned, I become a bloodthirsty killer. What am I? Oh, correct. You've a cunning mind, no mistake. Go again, double or nothing?
Oh, no. These coins are mine now, and so they'll stay. Thanks and farewell.
Hello, Master Dwarf. Just come in from the Blue Mountains or the Iron Hills, have you? I'm sure you've had a long trip, and you'll be wanting a good meal and a nice bed. We get many a travelling dwarf here in the prancing pony, but I don't think I've seen you before. But don't mind me. I'm forgetting that dwarves are...
Tell me about Bree.
Oh, Bree is an old place. Been here for ages and ages. This is the only place in the world you'll find hobbits and men living side by side. We used to see a lot of travellers coming through Bree. Not so much nowadays, but I still get customers.
Tell me about your inn.
The prancing pony's been in my family for generations. I can't rightly say how long, it goes that far back. I'm told there's been an inn on this spot nearly as long as there's been a town.
What news do travelers bring lately?
Lately, the talk's mostly about trouble away to the south. Seems like there may be war or some other calamity brewing down there. Folks have been coming up the Greenway or the old...
Are they settling here in the Bree lands?
Well, no. It's not that we aren't sympathetic to their troubles. It's just that Bree belongs to Bree folk. We can't take in a lot of outsiders. And the truth is, I don't like the look of a lot of these newcomers. Some of them
I may have need of a few things before I leave town. Where should I look?
Well, we have stores and shops here in town, but I suspect most of them wouldn't suit your needs. You might try Adelgar Oldbank's shop. He's got a collection of unusual items which might interest you. It's right across the street from here, on the corner. If it's repairs you need, try Elman Brushwood, our blacksmith. His smithy is just across the street, there on the corner.
I'd best be on my way.
Welcome to Bree. You're a stranger around here. May I ask you a few questions?
What sort of questions?
We hear a lot of talk from travelers these days. Most of them speak of war and of a growing shadow in the east. The townsfolk just dismiss this. Say it's far away and doesn't concern us. But I'm not so sure. You've traveled, maybe seen a few things. What?
I'd say there is good cause to worry.
I was afraid of that. If only I could convince others. But until then, I will have to take action on my own.
What do you intend to do?
I'd like to arrange for arming the town. We'll need more than pitchforks if we're forced to defend ourselves. I tried to convince a dwarven merchant to bring us weapons, but he refused.
That's strange. Did he say why?
He seems convinced there's no market for weapons in this town, and said it wouldn't be worth his time.
Maybe I should talk to him, dwarf to dwarf.
It's worth a try. His name is Groff. He's selling his wares from a market stall down the street. You might still find him there.
I'll let you know what he has to say.
Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. Got my head in the clouds, I guess.
What you've got is this look of someone with a lot on their mind. Troubles?
Oh, no, it's no trouble. Not really. It's more like, well, I'm in love.
Oh, that sounds like trouble to me. Who is the lucky woman?
It's Idona Bellflower. My childhood sweetheart. I always thought we were meant for each other, but her father doesn't like my prospects. He's arranging a match with the blacksmith. He says,
A man with a trade, that's a good match. But how about the lass? Does she love you?
that's just it. I'm not sure. I always told her how much I loved her when we were children. It was all a game back then. Then we got older and it got so much harder to say.
Well, that won't do. You'd best tell her now, or you'll wish you had later.
I want to tell her. I do. Look, this locket belongs to my mother. I want to give it to Idona to silk it myself. The chain is broken, and Elman the blacksmith is the only one in town who can fix it. If I take it to him...
Well then, give it to me. I'll take it to him.
Yes, that might work. Elman would never suspect a stranger like me. There's one more thing. Idona's father keeps a careful eye on his daughter and won't give me a moment of luck.
Leave it to me then. I'll make sure she knows how you feel.
Wonderful! just perfect. Take the locket to Elwyn at the smithy across the street. Once it's repaired, bring it to Idona and tell her I love her, and that I'll do everything in my power to make her happy every day we are together.
All right, all right. I'll tell her. Don't you fear.
And just one more thing. After you talk to her, could you come back and tell me what she said?
Don't fret. I'll bring you word once I've spoken with the lass.
Well, well, a dwarf in me shop. I am surprised. I've often seen your folk looking down their noses at my work. But you dwarves do know your business when it comes to shaping metal. What can I do for you? Got a pony that's thrown a shoe, perhaps?
I'm sorry if my folks seem critical of your work, but smithcraft is in our blood. We can be a bit too proud of our skills sometimes.
Not much is certain, but I'll admit there's no one knows their way around an hammer and anvil like a dwarf. No, sir. There's a hobbit here in town, Adelgar Oldbank, who sometimes trades with the dwarves who pass through. Fine work it is. Fine work.
This locket has a broken chain. Can you fix it for me?
Let's see it. Looks like something might have been made in these parts. Maybe back in the old dad's day. Wouldn't expect one of your kind to have something like this. Where'd you come by?
You're quite right, it is free work. I'm having it repaired as a favor to a friend.
I see. Well, it couldn't be simpler. I'll just add another link. And it won't cost you but a single silver penny. There you are. Good as new.
My thanks. Farewell, Smith. Who can live in a town where it's always raining? It's depressing. Oh, these folks knew the danger that threatened them. They'd never find the courage to leave their houses.
Hello, is there something I can do for you?
I have something here for you, lass. It's from Raleigh Appledore.
A gift? From Rowley? But I thought that is he. I'm sorry. It's just so unexpected. What is this gift?
His mother's locket. A pretty thing it is, too.
Oh, it's beautiful. But I don't understand. Why is he giving me this now?
Because he is in love with you, lass. He wanted me to tell you so.
Rowley loves me? Still? We were so close when we were children, but I thought he had forgotten all that.
Forgotten? Oh, no. You should see him fretting and fussing. It's almost pathetic, really.
But this is wonderful news. Wonderful. Rowley's always had my heart, always. The poor, simple, wonderful fool.
What would you like me to tell him?
Oh, please tell him I love him, and that we will find a way to be together always.
Ha! Well said, lass. I'll tell him.
Hello there. Always good to deal with my own kind. The name's Groff, and I hail from the Blue Mountains. I don't think I've seen you before.
Farin, at your service. My home is in Erebor, far to the east.
Erebor? A lonely mountain? Then you're one of King Dane's folk. I hear good things about your people's stonework. And their wealth.
Some of my kin once dwelt in your homeland. What can you tell me of it?
The Blue Mountains are prosperous enough, although we find more iron than gold. They
We rely on ironworking for our livelihood. That's why I'm here selling tools to the Brelanders.
Picks and shovels are fine, but what about weapons? You make those as well?
Of course. We make arms and armor as fine as any in Middle-earth.
Good. I'd like you to bring some of them to Bree. These people have need of weapons.
You're pulling my beard. Weapons for these folk? They wouldn't know which end of the sword to hang on to. Might as well try selling shoes to hobbits.
Peace never lasts forever. These people need to be prepared.
Well now, if you're so eager to arm the Brelanders, how come you don't get your own folk to do it?
I would, but Erebor is too far away. There are people here who see the danger growing. They want to be prepared.
It'll take more than a few sensible folk to make it worth my time. These people are simple and peace-loving. It's plowshares they want, not swords.
So they're not warriors. Is that any reason not to give them a fighting chance if trouble comes their way?
You're right, of course. Maybe it's not such a bad idea after all. At least I'd have no competition. All right, I'll do it.
Excellent. How long do you think it will take?
Some time, I'm afraid. It's a long trek to the Blue Mountains and back. Not to mention I'll have to convince my kin I've not lost my mind. Probably 3 months or more, I reckon.
I will let them know when to expect you. Safe travels, Paul.
You're back. Did you speak to Idona? What did she say? I'm dying to know.
The lass loves you, boy. Sure as anything she does.
Wonderful, wonderful. I can't thank you enough, my friend. But wait, hang on. Oh, I completely forgot. Edmund must have taught you something for that repair. I owe you for that and for your trouble. Here.
There's no need for payment. Yeah, it's not often someone picks a dwarf to be true love's messenger.
And people say that dwarves care for nothing but silver and gold. You've proven them all wrong. I'm going to tell everyone how generous and kind you've been. Thanks for all you've done.
Good things and good times come to you both. Farewell, Wowie.
Did you speak with Groff? What did he say? Will he bring us weapons?
I changed his mind. He'll bring you weapons soon.
Excellent. My only concern now is the time it will take. What if we need to defend the town before the dwarf-made goods arrive? Maybe you could help me with that as well.
How so?
I can tell by your gear that you are no stranger to a fight. If you should have occasion to, well, let's say, recover any weapons you don't need, bring them to me, and I will pay you for them.
Pay me, huh? A better price than I might find elsewhere.
I'm not a wealthy man, but I will give you what I can for any good weapons you bring me.
I'll bear that in mind. Farewell.
Welcome to my shop, Master Dwarf. Perhaps you have need of a thing or two? I have some very interesting items available. Or maybe you have something to sell. I'm always interested in dwarf-made goods.
You get a lot of dwarves passing through, do you?
Oh, yes. They come through quite often, traveling between their holdings in the Blue Mountains off west and the Lonely Mountain in the east. I'm always interested in their news and anything they might have to sell.
What news do travelers bring lately?
Lately, their talk has been pretty dark. All about wars brewing and even about Mordor and all. Frightening talk to listen to, I'll admit.
And are you frightened?
Me? Heavens, no. What does therein breed that the Dark Lord would be interested in? We mind our own business and no one bothers us. That's the way it's always been.
You should be frightened. All of Middle-earth is falling under the shadow. Bree will be no exception.
Now you're just trying to scare me, aren't you? Why, I doubt this Dark Lord even exists, outside of tales told to keep misbehaving children in line. So,
A large army. We might even now be under the gaze of unfriendly eyes.
Well, we came to provide a distraction for Aragorn, and what better way to do that than walking in the front door? Let's be about it.
Foul creatures!